want to thank you all very much for being here. Looks like everybody's made it. The place is actually filling up. We're getting more and more people. I think this registering in advance is working. Yay! So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the most fantastic show in the world, right? Yeah. Santa Barbara Real Estate Investors Association presents Mark Torek. Legal services and what?
I'd like all-around good guy.
Sounds good to me. Education. Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Mark. We're going to get him up in just a couple minutes. I'm going to go through. We need a word from our sponsor. And I'm your sponsor, right? So I want to thank you all for being here. We do have a little machine outside there if you want to do a thing for the parking. What do you call it? Validation? That's out there, so if you need that. We have. How are you all doing? Great. She's up there. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention why we're the most fantastic show in the world, because we are the home of the extreme makeover.
Whatever.
Can you imagine that? And for everybody who's new here, they're going, whatever. How rude. What's your name? Why don't you give me Linda?
Yeah.
And Linda, I'd like to promote a little bit about what you're doing. Could you just give me a brief something about, you know, your services that you might offer other people for networking?
Oh my goodness.
And that's all now, you got the $10.
Yeah. There you go.
Want to go for 20?
I like that.
Right now I'm doing internet marketing as far as health and fitness. I'm a personal trainer.
Okay, great.
So I'm just getting the website going and actually just kind of...
Okay, so are you offering internet services for people to work with you and help them out?
Well, they can contact me over the internet. I don't have my website set up yet.
Okay. But the services you're offering, are you offering internet marketing services to people, or are you looking for those services?
No, I'm setting myself up
To
marketing myself on the internet.
market. Okay, gotcha. For your health.
Yes, for my health.
Gotcha. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, thank you. Cool. So I want to do is just, give people an opportunity. If they're going to be on top of the game and say whatever, I just want to give them a chance to do a little networking and let people know what services we have here that you can get your, in contact with. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we've got a number of things that we're going to be doing this evening. I was quite surprised last month when I was talking with Samantha out in the hallway. We were talking about next month, and I said, yeah, we've got this lawyer from Texas coming in, and she goes, Texas, really? I know somebody from Texas as a lawyer. And I said, she said, is his name Mark? And I said, is his last name Torek? And we both sat there with our eyes and mouth names. How did that happen? So
I'm running from the law.
we're running from the law. You're in the right place. We've got a few things I want to cover here. We're going to go through. We did our networking here from 6 to 6:30. We've got a little 20K update that I want to give you. We'll talk about some home value stuff, the legal page that we've set up, and Mark is on it, and some stuff we're doing with the calendar. And then at 7 o'clock, we're going to kind of lose here for Mark, and he's going to go through a number of the things that he has to teach us. And how many people in here actually wrote down some questions? Okay, okay. Is Ursula? Is she here? She's not here. She gave me a paper to ask the questions. So I fired everybody up and said, this is your chance, I hate to say it, but I'm actually in a lawsuit right now, and it's costing me $400 an hour, okay, to ask a question. So I wasn't kidding when I said, that's, $300, $400, you get in here for $10, get your questions, you better get ready. Because, it's not like I like to go out and be in lawsuits, but sometimes you have to stand your ground and don't back down and do your business, right? So I want to thank you all for taking the opportunity to be here, to ask the questions, to get the information, and know that when we're done, you will have contact with Mark. You will also have Samantha here that's got contact, and she can give you kind of her experience. And she's up on the webpage there with Mark too. So we've got some good connections here. I think Scott back here is starting to work with Mark and Sam and his legal route back in Texas. So we've got a couple of people here already heading down that path, which is.
And I don't mind questions. Actually, I had a guy come up to me outside and said, will you answer 2 questions for $50? And I said, sure, what's your second question?
I love that. Ooh, it's going to be a good night. Thank you. Okay, so then that's what he's going to do, and you know, we'll try to get our questions in and see where it all goes. So thank you so much. We're going to move on to some of the things that we've got here. The Santa Barbara, well, the website, the main website, Santa Barbara SBREIA, and you can get there easily that way too. The small SBREIA. That is a join. If you want to just join the Santa Barbara SBREIA, there's a button on there to join. And I know a few people have a hard time registering, finding the purchase place, where you put the button and get to it. If you go to meetings, right underneath meetings, there's a little fold-down menu and it says purchase. You can do it there. You don't have to go back to Meetup. But you can purchase at Meetup, and the reason I'm trying to get you all to go back to Meetup and spend time there is because it's really good for networking. You put your face there, your pictures, the information about what services you have to offer, and what services you're looking for, and you can network with people through meetup.com, which is really good. That's where we're using it. Then we do have a location that talks about the different things that are happening at each meeting that you get to from the main website. And there's meetup.com, so you can see that anytime you come up here, click on one of these pictures of members. You know, if you're looking, I think Ruth said you were looking for people that are doing rehabs, you'd like to make a connection with them, and you know, that's one way you can do that, is to go through and look at our member list and see what the different people do, and then send them an email. There's no phone numbers on there, there's not your real email. When they send you an email, it's kind of an anonymous email, so eventually, you know, if you feel comfortable enough, you can really get down to the true phone numbers and all contact information, but that's a place to start.
Kind of like dating.
Kind of like dating. And you know, you'd be surprised if you take a look at the within 50 miles, what do you think the #1 site is that's got like 1,500 people? Wine and Cheese, in a couple places, and under that it's dating. And we're like way down there, we're working our way up, okay? We need to have some wine and cheese and dating. There we go. Okay. And then we've got YouTube. All this stuff is going up on YouTube. Michael, my son back here, is. Hey, Michael! He's doing the videos, and we're getting it up on YouTube. And my daughter Alana is out there, and she's doing the registration. And she was kind enough, and her and my wife dressed me tonight, so we're no longer in the Levi's and the
Nice job. Very nice.
you know, t-shirts that we were back at Rusty's Pizza. We're moving on. So that's kind of what the YouTube videos look like as they're organized up there. We've got a blog site, which, by the way, next month we're going to be back here upstairs. It's going to be an all-day event from about 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, or 4, whatever. And it is free, because what happens is Linda Pleogas is putting on her Realty 411 thing that she does Expo, and she charges speakers. So it'll be about 6 or 8 speakers there, and you're paying the big bucks, and a big room, a nice, you know, looking over the ocean and all that stuff. It's a very great place. Anybody been to the last one? So you know how much nicer it is up there, huh? Great place. So in any case, that's free. You don't have to pay. You can come any time of the day. I've expected a few people to kind of trickle in and out. Well, people came in at 9 and stayed all day long. So, you know, if you want to go, we've already got 50 or 60 people signed up. And we got enough room up there for maybe 80. I think we'll do it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about 20K update, land trust, living trust, and Robert Burney. Okay, Robert Burney was one of the first persons that I did one of my 20K properties, and basically the investors give me $20,000. That's the whole price. It's not a loan. That's the price of the property. You know, we get a rehab. We might have to buy it for 10 and then spend 20 or spend 10 to get it fixed up to rent. But basically, by the time you're done, that's it, $20,000. Okay. Robert was one of the first ones that kind of helped open up the door for me, so that I can show it as an example of what I'm doing here. People go, "Oh, it's really happening." Okay. And he recently passed away. Yeah, imagine that. He's one of our members Barbara's here, the old gentleman that would come in here with his wife. Okay. So he recently passed away, and I went to his memorial service, which was really good because he was a fireman, and he had all these guys up from Los Angeles that were firemen, and they just did a really good thing about, you know, his past and where all of something happened. It was really a good event. His wife was amazing, she, you know, Emily. It was a good event. His daughter Janet is taking over, and we were kind of planning on that, you know, because he had cancer. Okay. But one of the things that we should have done was set up a land trust or something, or these are the questions that we're going to find out. Okay. So we're going to do a couple things. We're going to ask a few questions.
You don't have to do that if you want to go through probate.
We all want to know that.
Just say it. Just say it.
Oh yeah. So, you know, we'll get a few questions, but eventually we know that we've got something to go back to. Plus, I've got another person who is Mr. Land Trust that does circuits of events around the nation. So we're going to bring him in October, September, somewhere in there. So this is something that we've got to focus on and spend a little bit of time so that as we run through these things, we've got, you know, we're ready for it, not putting out fires, okay? Home values, again, I'm seeing a number of people that do, you know, real estate stuff like this, the gurus and putting on stuff that are saying, hey, you know, in our area, values are going up, we're jumping off the REOs and the short sales and just jumping onto regular sales because the market's coming back and we're able to flip these, you know, just do regular real estate sales of retail properties and pass them off. You just got to find the good deals. So things are changing. Santa Barbara is starting. I mean, I looked on Zillow, and I know Zillow, if you're a realtor, you're going, oh, please, not Zillow. But I use it for looking at trends because there's charts and graphs on there, and you can at least see trends, even though it may not be exact prices. And strangely enough, Santa Barbara is practically at the bottom of everything nationwide. You know, we've been hit pretty hard here. Although the property that I've got in close to State La Cumbre did go up about 100,000 in the last 9 months, according to Zillow. That's only if somebody buys it, right? It's all wishful thinking. But in any case, we talked last month about loans and the importance of loans, and I mentioned that, you know, I'm really strapped for cash on credit card debt, which is very difficult to get a loan when you're high in credit card debt and you're self-employed and you're doing all this, you know, real estate stuff, because the trick is to show as little income as possible with as much expense as possible so you can have things write-off. That's great for a write-off, but it's impossible to get a loan.
Right.
Okay? So, you know, I was kind of scrambling going, well, I'm trying to refinance this rental property and also my primary house because the loans rates right now are the best they're going to probably ever be. And Union Bank, my primary residence, is going, and all of a sudden GMAC came through and said, we're done, we're qualified, we passed. So now I can take that and use that as leverage back to Union Bank and say, hey, the race is on. Are you going to be the winner or are you going to be the loser? The GMAC is right behind you. So if you guys are looking to do something, really, you want to start seriously getting into this game and doing it because the rates are low. And you can lock in for 20 or 30 years or whatever, now is the time to do it. Okay? Legal help page. Let's take a quick look at what we've got on the website. So, did anybody make their way back to the legal help page on the Santa Barbara SBREIA website? Lana, did you hear that? Nobody made it to the legal help page.
I saw it.
Did you see it?
I saw it.
You know, a while back, she goes, Dad, don't tell them about these pages you're making that's all about the event because they're going to look at it and not come. They won't even come. And I said, nobody's got the time. Nobody looks. That's why we're here. We're trying to help people out, you know, that don't have time. So in any case, what we've got here on this is if you go under About, we've got all these different things you can go on. Finance was last month. Now we've got legal help. Okay. So as we get to that page and you scroll down, we've got the, oops, we didn't get there. Let's try that again. Yeah. Okay, because we've got a good video there of Mark.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? Well, it was great from the standpoint that the only sad part is the very beginning of it shows his, the interviewer, not Mark. So you look at this thing and you go, oh, is that Mark? No, that's not Mark. But when you get into the video, you'll see all this information there. He's got, we got links back to his site. So I just want you to know that we're building a legal page that we can put other information for legal services and support, so that when you need it, you can at least go, okay, where's my reference, where's my quick link to some things that people use at work. Would you like to come in and have a seat?
I was just going to wait to take a break, but yes.
Oh, that's going to be...
You stopped for me, thank you.
It could be forever. I mean, we probably have to have extreme makeover just to have it.
What's that?
What was that? Jeez.
Was it me or was it Leland? I thought it was Leland.
You can share it. She's the maker. She's the maker. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay.
Guys, notice, he's picked 2 pretty girls. You guys,
I know.
you might as well not even participate. Yeah.
Okay. He's on to me. So we've got this legal page here, and each meeting, if we can, I'm going to try to make a page. It'll get to a point where we're only going to have 5 or 6 pages, and all our meetings will be kind of the same, but different people. So we'll add to it, and if we end up having problems with people who haven't passed that don't work, I might have to take them off. I don't know. You guys need to give me feedback as we go through and you sign up for things or get services from people. How's this working for you? Who have you talked to? What have you signed up for? I'll call them back and I'll talk to them and say, why aren't you getting back in touch with Ernie? Yeah. And
Sorry.
yes.
What about a place to put sample LOIs and CDAs or non-competes, things like that? Those sort of legal documents that we use a lot in real estate?
Okay, so you're looking for the forms, a place that you can grab the forms, is that what you're saying?
Or contribute.
Or contribute? Yeah, that's something that we have done in the past, but since I switched websites, I haven't gone back. So if you guys want a file location where we can store some files, and share some files back and forth as long as it's legal.
Well, I was going to suggest you and talk to your legal counsel.
Exactly.
Right. And we certainly welcome, all plaintiffs' attorneys welcome organizations to be brought into the lawsuits on documents.
Back to some of our best clients. So you understand what he's saying is that we need to do things that are legal and appropriate, and we certainly don't want to be doing something that's not out there in public view on the internet. Okay, so yeah, we can do whatever it is, and we'll just have to research it as we go. I don't have all the answers, and that's why we're here. I don't know, but we'll figure it out as we go. Okay. Okay. So that's what we're doing with the legal page. Let's go back and take a look at calendars. I want to just show you a quick difference here on